All right, getting everything set up, and I just came back from the gym, but let me just knock a few things out here so that we're running a little more efficiently on this. Because sometimes the internet can be sometimes the internet can be just a little crazy to sort of work with. And let me put that down. Got a good setup here, and I'm actually a little early. It's in the morning, and I've got 3 more minutes before I'm technically supposed to start. Oh, love it! Just popped up on my phone. It says watch live now, Sheila Huggins chat with me, YouTube live stream. So we'll see if anybody joins us. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but one of the things, so typically I work out in the morning, and I'm going to go ahead and start because I'm just ready to start, whether or not anybody's here or not. Typically, I work out in the morning first thing. So I got there a little late this morning. I think I woke up not quite 5:30. So, and I typically don't use an alarm. The only time I use an alarm is if I'm trying to wake up before 5. Like if I really got to be there early, they don't open until 5 anyway. Um, so yeah, I leave at about, I try to get there between 5:15 and 5:30, and it happens sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But this morning, I guess I left the house at about 5:40 or something. It doesn't take me that long to get ready. And the gym is just a couple minutes away. It's not even that far. That's the thing that I love about it. It's so close to where I live. And yeah, so so I'm gonna have some watermelon for breakfast because when I come back, typically I don't always eat this early. A lot of times I'll go ahead and take my shower and get dressed, and then I'll have something to eat. But I am a little hungry. I have been trying to do a little bit better with what I've been eating. So I did really well last night because I didn't eat late or anything like that. So I actually need to fill that up. I cut up a bunch of watermelon. And so I'm just going to transfer it to this container while we sort of chat. And I'm going to have some of that this morning. And it's nice and red and juicy. I have it in the bag because I just couldn't fit it all in my container. And the container is just way easier to work with. And I might be able to fit some more in there. And the thing about it being in the bag is it sort of stays in the juices, and so it stays nice and juicy. And I'm gonna have some of that this morning. I'm gonna put me some in a bowl to have because I just sort of put that there. Alrighty. Put that back in here in just a second. So yeah, so how long have I been working out? I've been working out, oh my gosh, I've been running for a long time. And like no matter where I've lived, I've always had access to a gym. This is pretty good. I got a feeling I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna want some more because that's probably not gonna be enough, but so typically, I've always had a gym membership. I have been running, oh my gosh, for like, I guess, since I was in college. I'm not sure that volume's up. So yeah, welcome if you're just joining me. But yeah, I've been running since I was in college, and that was a long time ago. Every place that I've lived, I've also had like a gym membership, and then I have a treadmill at home. And I like to live in places where I can actually get up and go for a walk. And so the trick has always been making sure that I get in enough weight training. Like if something has to go, I typically let that go as opposed to some of the aerobic stuff. Meaning the cardio. But yeah, so typically I tend to be a little heavier on the cardio, and you'll see those pictures where they'll show like a person who works out, and they'll be like cardio versus weights, and the cardio person won't necessarily have a whole lot of muscle on them, and those are the pictures that they show. But I mean, I think if you do a little bit of both, then that's going to show. It doesn't have to be an either or. So yeah. So really it's just math, right? Calories in, calories out. I'm having watermelon this morning, and I'm thinking I need to check on this. I'm thinking that watermelon is one of those net zero foods that you can eat, meaning that the calories that it takes to burn off will actually take care of the calories that's in the food. I know strawberries are on that list, but I want to say watermelons are on that list too. And got a couple people checking in, so that's glad to have you here. So as I was saying, yes, I'm eating some watermelon. I had I had a whole bunch. I couldn't even fit it in my container, so I cut it up, and the rest of it was in a plastic bag. So yeah, I try to split. I'm trying to do a better job. Like I'm not perfect. I'm just like everybody else. And so at the gym this morning, because I was trying to come back and do this live chat, I had to cut it up, right? So it's sort of like, what am I going to do today? Well, I went ahead and did 45 minutes on the elliptical. And so, and I had it up on a higher intensity, and I was working really hard, really like my clothes are wet, right? And that helped with me because I was short on time. It forced me to work harder because I was like, okay, I got to get in there and I got to burn calories. So I can be done. But that means that I missed out on my weight training. So I may go back this evening to get some weight training in. I need to do some upper body stuff so I can have strong. Can you see? So I do actually lift a little. So I do want to go back and try to get in some weight training this morning or later this afternoon. I won't get it in this morning because I got to work after this because people got to work. And so I'm going to do probably that later on today. So when I'm short of time, I typically do more cardio and less weights. And then other stuff like stretching. Oh my gosh. So I am awful on stretching. And so I try to build it in. So literally as I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, I'll be stretching then and putting when I'm putting on my sneakers, I try to stretch while I'm getting ready to go to the gym so that when I get to the gym, I don't have to take out 5 or 10 minutes to stretch because I've already been stretching as I've been getting ready. So I mean, I don't want to take out 5 or 10 minutes to stretch. I just don't. And so I do it that way. And then I'm really bad at the end because I probably should stretch at the end and I don't. That's probably where I mess up. Now, when I'm weight training, I do tend to stretch between sets when I'm taking my little rest. And sometimes, I'll superset stuff. So it'll be really hard to try to take a rest between sets if you're just going back to back like that. But yeah, I'll get up, if I'm doing leg extensions, then I'll get up between the sets of leg extensions and I'll just, just stretch my legs out some. If I'm doing something with my hamstrings, then, you'll probably see me bending, all the way over. Okay, not like you guys will see me because you're not in the gym. But yeah, so that's how I typically work in the stretching. But that is something I totally need to work on improving. I'm really bad about that. So put stretching up in a banner and say Sheila is totally bad with stretching because I am. The other thing I'm bad with sometimes is food. And part of it is you're stress eating or you're making poor decisions because you're tired. I read that somewhere, and that is the biggest thing I've noticed with me too, and maybe that's, you know, something you do, or maybe it's something you don't do. But when you're tired, like it's easier to make bad decisions when you're tired. Because think about it, like you're tired. It's probably the end of the day. Like you have been so gung ho. You have given it your all day long, all day long, all day long. You've even been good. You've been good with people you've been working out with, hanging out with, talking to at work. You got your eating down, and then it's like 7 o'clock and you're just like done. Maybe you just came in from dropping the kids up, picking the kids up, whatever it is, and you're just like, oh, I need something. And that's that moment when you pick up something, you're like not even hungry sometimes, or you're hungry, but you choose the poor food, the less nutrient fulfilling type of food. You choose that one over the healthier option, because at that point you're just tired. Like I can't take this in anymore, make any more like right decisions today. You're tired. And so, you know, a lot of times we blame people and we think it's all about self-control. You know, it's it's not all the time. Sometimes you're just tired. The other thing is you got all these images being pumped at you all day long, you know. So if you're in your car on the radio, you might hear something. If you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, you know, you get things that pop up in your feed. You have stuff that's coming up on your phone. You have things you have to go to. And so there are all these reminders of food. You go, if you're out like I am, I'm at stuff all the time. And there's like food everywhere. Mm. So, in any case, mm. The other thing is, let's see, so I already talked about choices and that sort of thing, is making sure you don't have like the foods around that you don't really need. Like that's probably one of the mistakes I had. There are some things around that if I didn't have around, I probably wouldn't eat. But I've got other people in the household with me, and so there's some things that come in that, you know, I probably wouldn't buy myself if it were just me. I wouldn't have it around me. Mm. So, what's the best time to work out? You know what the answer to that is, right? It's like really easy. The best time to work out is the time that you will be consistent with your workout. And generally for me, that's been in the morning. And, um, you know, for some people, it could be in the evening. But it just sort of depends. But yeah, so this was just sort of a check in on, you know, what's going on. Best times to maybe work out in the morning, or different things to sort of keep in mind when it's slowing down and you're trying to make those decisions, and not totally being mad at yourself because you didn't get it done. Um, that would be one way that would like help you fall right into that track of making the bad decision. So if you're not tired and it's earlier in the day, then it's harder to stay on track with that. So those are just a couple of things that I wanted to go through in this live video. If you've got any questions about that, then you can definitely put it in the comment section below, and I'll keep this out there for a little bit. Otherwise, it's just me ranting and talking while I'm eating my watermelon this morning. Before I get ready to do some work. And the live chat will last in maybe another 30 seconds. And don't forget to check out like a real video, because this is just me like chatting this morning. I'm gonna be so full when I finish eating this. yourself.